What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. I'm your host, Jay Money. It's my guy, Junior Browne. We're here to break down these NBA games. About 5, 6 games on the slate today, Junior. We're gonna get to it. Just two of us today, or 7 games. We got 7 games up, Junior. So we're gonna get to it, man. Let's break them down. First we're gonna recap yesterday. How everything good with you, Junior? How was your day yesterday?
It's all right. Could be better. 2-2. I missed out on the Suns -1.5, and your Mavs ended up covering that 3. I had Lakers +3. Ended up hitting on the Pelicans over and Magic over, and hitting on the Celtics Suns under. So it's all right. Been hitting these totals lately, so just trying to see if we can find out where the money's at. But like we talked about on the show, you got to be careful, with your funds heading into the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a nice call. That Suns and Celtics game went under by 35.5 points, my guy. So it was a damn good call there. The Celtics get it done 99-86 over the Suns. Let's see, the Pelicans, they smack up the Magic over there 135-100, and they'll win put 45 up on the second quarter. Let's see the Bucks. It's crazy if you had Bucks -7, 7.5 for 8. That was so tough. The 76ers outscored them 30-16 in the fourth quarter to lose by 7. So if you had Bucks -6.5, it was a nice call by you. If you had the 76ers +7.5, +8, nice call by you as well. The Spurs going smack up the Pistons. We know the Pistons rested like their top 6 guys. Spurs were supposed to be at full strength, then they rested Murray, Mills. Then DeRozan sat out there, and they still smack them up by 15. It's just crazy how that happened. Went up to 10, then back down to 7. They still smack them up. Bulls smacked the Hornets up. I know some people mad, man. Nobody was on the Bulls yesterday. They smacked them up actually fairly easy, 108-91 over the Hornets. Then my Mavs, nobody really believed in us yesterday, but they ended up smacking up the Lakers. They're 115-110. AD came back, played 17 minutes. Not necessarily a good. He was pretty rusty, which we should have. We knew that he was going to be pretty rusty. But Schroeder was going off, Junior. I must say, Schroeder was taking them boys on 10-0, 8-0 runs. I was watching that game heavily, but it was a good game. These two teams play again tomorrow. But enough about yesterday. Let's get to today's games, my guys. What you guys are here for? We have the first game up. We have the Heat versus the Hawks here, Junior. Obviously, Trae Young will be out for the next couple of games. High ankle sprain in this one. Look like it's a little revenge spot for the Heat. Obviously, we'll have to see who's playing. But right now, as you sit, Heat look like they're laying 5.5 on the road. What you looking at in this one, Junior?
Heat or nothing. It's not an official, but just because of the spot and who's available, the Heat are playing their best basketball. I'm not going to say their best basketball this season because they were playing pretty bad before, so that's not that difficult for them to do. But the point is they got Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Once you got them two in the lineup, then everything else can fall into place around it. Now, the reason why I say Hawks are nothing, the Hawks are 1 game behind the Heat. Did I just say Hawks or nothing? I apologize. The reason I say Heat or nothing is because they're 1 game behind the Hawks in the Eastern Conference. 7th, the Hawks are in 5th, and they're also in the same division. So this game has all kinds of playoff implications. Obviously, if you're not paying attention to the NBA, if you don't finish in the top 6, you don't automatically qualify for the playoffs. So I would imagine the Heat are desperate to avoid having to go into the play-in game. I don't love this number, but I'm probably going to make it official before the end of the show. I'm just kind of looking around at the prices online. I was a little bit busy this morning, but heavy lean to the Heat, especially with the not only the Hawks missing Trae Young, they're missing Clint Capella's questionable. There's a bunch of guys probably not going to play. So a depleted Hawks team against a motivated Heat team at basically full strength. I think Tyler Hero's questionable, but that's about it. I don't even count Victor Oladipo as a member of Heat, to be honest with you. We'll see about
that.
Yeah, we'll see about him in the playoffs, but he's not even a member of the Heat right now. He's barely even an NBA player at this point. So the Heat are looking full strength. Sorry to talk for so long. I'm heavy lean to the Heat.
No, you good, bro. Hey, I don't have a whole lot to say, so I need you to talk a whole bunch. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It's Heat or nothing for me. Obviously, it's early in the day. I see almost 3,000 bets so far on this game. It's just right now in today's NBA, there's no way in hell I make a play this early in the day. I mean, it was like 10 in the morning. I'm like, people are really out here betting these games. I mean, good luck. But I mean, you could get on the right side of some games here early. It's Heat or nothing for me. I would take the Heat at -5, -5.5. Obviously, Capella's questionable. As long as I get Jimmy and Bam Adebayo here with the Heat, like you said, Junior, is one thing you pointed out. I mean, not necessarily playing the best basketball this season, but they're playing good basketball right now. That's what matters. When you see it, find a team that's coming off a losing streak and then they're starting to win, put some wins together. They're 3-0 since he called out the team and said that they were soft. So a couple of those games they won without Jimmy. The last game they came and put a full 48 minutes together with the full squad, smacked the Spurs up by 20 at the house. So come in full squad again. They're still playing with this juice. They're still trying to prove to everybody that they're not soft. I'd be on the Heat here. I likely will hop on the Heat here. Obviously, once I get the confirmation that everybody's gonna be playing, obviously with Capella. So Trae Young's out for sure. If Capella doesn't see it, you know what I'm saying? With sometimes what we've been seeing in today's NBA. Oh, they're sitting a couple guys. Oh, okay, let's go ahead and rest up a couple as well. So I don't think that the Heat will take that type of approach. Like you said, Junior, they have a lot to play for in this particular game. Fight for playoff position. He's sitting right behind them, and seeding purposes, everything. Revenge spot, no Trae Young. So I would have been on the Heat here probably even if Trae Young was in. He's out. Obviously, see what's up with Capella, but yeah, I think this is a Heat type of game, Junior. Gonna be blazing up today, Junior. But yeah, no, full squad. I'll be on the Heat here with you, my guy. Just gotta wait for confirmation. Let's get to the next game, my guys. Let's get to the next game. We have the Celtics versus the Nets here. I know it's a huge question marks, obviously. So Kemba Walker is not going to play here, Junior. We know he doesn't play on back-to-backs. Let's see. Robert Williams III's questionable. Jaylen Brown's questionable. Didn't play yesterday, so possibly will play. Maybe today's NBA, they'll probably rest Kemba. I mean, they'll probably rest Jason Tatum or something and have Jaylen Brown come back. It's just what they do. On the other side, Junior, we got Claxton's out. He's going to be out for a while. I think he has the Rona over there. Let's see. Kevin Durant, obviously huge question mark here. Harden's still going to be out for a while, but Durant that's why this line, I think it's come down from 7 to 4.5. Junior, you like anything in this one?
No, I try to talk myself into the Celtics plus the point. It's the only way I could look. The
You still there, Junior? Oh. Yeah, now I think what my guy was saying was, so I think this is a double revenge spot for the Celtics here. The Nets have smacked them up twice already, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Let's just see real quick, my guys. Let's just see real quick. Looking at the rest, Kane, Fitzgerald, but yeah, as far as Celtics, I'm with Junior there. It's Celtics or nothing for me here. They have been hot. They had they've won 8 of their past 10 games. They've won 7 of their last 8, covered 5 of their last 6 games. So the Celtics have been playing. They've been playing good basketball right now. Obviously, they're coming off a huge game. They did smack up the Suns, one of the best defensive teams in the league. So if they could beat the Suns, seem like they're going to bring sticky defense. I think that's the exact opposite from the Nets. Nets coming off that loss versus the Raptors here. Don't worry, guys. I'll take it by myself. I don't have any picks, but I'll come in. I'll break down the games with you guys. But yeah, it will be Celtics or nothing for me, my guys. It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a quick one, my guys. Celtics or nothing for me in this particular game. Let's see. Nets are coming off a loss, coming back to the house off a little 3-game road trip. Like I say, the Nets just kind of seem like they're focused on the playoffs right now. So would be Celtics or nothing for me for this better in this particular game, my guys. Celtics 5-0 against the spread last 5 games versus a team with a winning straight up record. 5-0 against the spread last 5 is an underdog. 4-0 against the spread last 4 is row underdog. So all the stats, everything. I mean, the Celtics are playing better ball here. Obviously, we have to wait and see what's up with KD. If it's just Kyrie and the rest of the guys, I'll be on the Celtics here, but obviously see what's up with KD. The line will move either way. He is questionable with a thigh. Could come back here, guys. It could come back. So, but like I say, Celtics playing a lot better ball here, and it is double revenge, to be honest with you. So Celtics are nothing for me. Heat are nothing for me. Let's get to the next game, my guys. Gonna go through the rundown. Cavs versus Hornets here. We have the Cavs versus Hornets, my guys. Hornets laying 1.5 points at the house. The scary thing is these two teams just played. The Cavs beat them, I believe it was 103-90. They just smacked them up. I'm looking into the game. I'm like, okay, what was the? And the Hornets were at the house as well. And then, obviously, both of these teams have a lot to play for right now, fighting for the Cavs trying to make it into the playoffs. The Hornets are trying not to slide out of the playoffs. I was looking at that game. I'm like, okay, why did the Cavs win by 13? Torian Prince had like 25 points in that game. Unfortunately, Prince is going to be out for the season. Like I think he had like some surgery on his ankle or something like that. Prince is going to be out for the season, so that's 25 points they will be missing from that game. I can tell you that, I mean, in this particular game, it's Cavs or nothing for me. Like I say, nothing official for me right now, but the way that the Hornets been playing, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games, guys. They're really starting to revert back to the mean. Obviously, LaMelo Ball is pretty close to coming back, but let's see, back-to-back. I think it's a back-to-back. Yes, a back-to-back for the Hornets. They got smacked up in Chicago last night. The Cavs have more rest in this particular situation. Like I say, they just beat them. That's not the only reason why I like the Cavs, but the Cavs are just playing. They're playing better basketball right now, guys. They're playing a lot better basketball. I like what they're doing with Sexton and Garland. They have the guards to bang with Rozier and what they want to do with the Hornets. In this particular game, it be Cavs or nothing for them. They are 0-7 against the spread last 7 Friday games. So take that for what it's worth. For some reason, when the Cavs, when they play on Friday, they don't like to cover spreads. So there's nothing strong for me. Obviously, it's a revenge spot for the Hornets. They have a lot to play for as well, but the Cavs have been playing better basketball. So true toss-up game. I said I'm staying away from games 1.5, 1 could literally go either way. It's like it seems like whichever side loses, you couldn't be surprised, or whichever side wins, my guys. Next game up, you're running down to. I don't have anybody to bounce the games off of, unfortunately. So gonna be pretty quick with this, my guys. Next game up, Clippers versus the Rockets. We have the Clippers versus the Rockets here. Clippers laying 10 on the road. Obviously, I mean, I'm not looking to bet the Rockets here. The Clippers just rested all their guys in the last game and still won, just to show you how well coached they are. They literally rested their whole starting lineup. The Grizzlies even got back Jaren Jackson III, Jaren Jackson Jr. Still didn't matter. The Clippers are 9-1 straight up the last 10 games, 8-2, 7-2-1 against the spread last 10. The Rockets, they hadn't really been showing a lot of fight. Obviously, they got smacked up by the Jazz in the last game, my guys. It's Clippers and them for me. They could choose to rest a bunch of guys here, though. So I'm not looking to take the Rockets here. I know they're getting double digits at the house. You would need the Clippers to overlook them, in my opinion. Let's see who they play. The Pelicans next. They'll have a couple of days off. If they want to, anybody that wants to can smack up the Rockets fairly easily, guys. So when it's a Rockets game, they're 2-8 straight up last 10 games and 4-6 against the spread last 10. So they can cover some spreads, but asking them to do it up against this stacked Clippers team who we've seen them go out there and ball even without their starters is just scary. So we probably will see Paul George or Kawhi, somebody like that, sit tonight just for the simple fact that they don't need them. I mean, that's today's NBA. You're not playing full squad if you feel like you can beat the team without them. So that's when it comes to betting the spreads. It gets pretty tricky, my guys. Next game up, Wizards versus Thunder. Oh, we got Rusty West going back to OKC, the triple-double king, Russell Westbrook, my guy, him and Bill. These guys been hot, man. They have been hot. The Wizards have won, I believe 6 straight games now, guys. They are obviously still missing Hachimura, Danny Avila. Tough name, I must say, but I think he's going to be out for the season, with a high ankle sprain. So it's going to be tough for him. Or I think he fractured. Yeah, he fractured some in his ankle. The Wizards have won 6 straight games, covered 5 out of 6. Obviously need to see who's playing for the Thunder here. Need to see what's up with Dort. The Thunder have lost 10 straight games, have went 3-7 against the spread in those 10. Need to see if OKC will come to play here. And the way I'm thinking, the way that Russell Westbrook has set all these records for the Thunder, obviously he's going to come back to play. This is their first game on the road after a while. Let's see who the Thunder have next. Let's see who the Wizards have next. Wizards have the Cavs on deck. Wish they had the Lakers. What's up, Junior, my guy? We're talking about this Wizards versus Thunder game, my guy. You like anything in this one? Russell Westbrook going back to Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I heard you say triple-double king. I can't get involved in this spread, though. It's just way too goddamn big. Sorry I left you hanging right there. My laptop died in the car. The charger was in the car, so I had to run downstairs Pretty unprofessional. I apologize to everybody watching, though. But yeah, no. As for the last game too, it kind of has to be Clippers or nothing, right? The Rockets are they're just not a team that you can possibly even take points with. They're barely even a professional team anymore. And as for this game, I'd love to take the Wizards. They're so damn hot. And the Thunder, I mean, they're taking tanking to another level, but the price is just too ridiculous. So I'd have to study this, probably in-game play it. Russell Westbrook, he's going to try and put on a show. But if anything, I might be interested in some Westbrook props.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, maybe Westbrook may try to put on too much of a show. Like I said, the Wizards have been hot. I still don't. So I mean, they're missing players. So Hachimura already went down. Now Avila as well. They did come back and win that game versus the Warriors. One thing we have to note that they were at the house for 4 straight games. So I can understand them getting hot at the house. And this is a close proximity revenge as well. Let me just real quick look and see. So okay, so Wizards obviously just beat them, Junior, 119 to 107. Let's see. Just real quick. Dort didn't play in that game. So Dort didn't play. I want to see Dort in here, Junior.
He's questionable, though.
I might do some crazy shit and take the Thunder plus the 10 at the house. I might do some crazy shit like that. Obviously, I need Dort in there. Because, look, if they could lose by 12 without Dort, then you get your best player coming there. Let's see, Avila. He played 26 minutes in the game. He had a terrible shooting game, but it's still a body where he had 6 rebounds, 6 points. Still going to be somebody you're missing out there. If I had to take something here, I'd be on the home dog here plus the 10. Obviously, you would need Dort. It starts there, but I'd be on OKC to keep this game close. Obviously, not win, but I think they could keep it within double digits. Play one of their best games up against their old star. You know how it is, Junior. You and your old superstar come back to the town. Oh, we got to play, man, even though most of those players weren't even on the team. But I could see if Dort played, I could see Thunder trying to steal one. Thing about tanking is you can win a game every once in a while, and it won't really matter if when you lost 10 straight. Junior, real quick, did you have anything on that Cavs versus Hornets?
I don't. I mean, can we just get to the next game, please?
Hey, somebody got to win, man. I was leaning towards the Cavs in that one. It's just a lean. What y'all think in the chat, man? Am I crazy for thinking OKC could kiss?
The Hornets are like 14-10 or 14-11, 14-10 ATS at home, something like that. They're a good ATS home team. One thing we got to do as cappers, though, when we read these numbers, we got to put them into context. Like, that's why I'm off this game. Yeah, they're 14-10 at home ATS, but who was playing in those 24 games? Not the dudes that are playing today. And that's my problem with it right there. So I think you're on the right side, because even though the Cavs are losing games, they're actually competing. If you're watching these games, the Cavs are competing, and that's what I need to see in order to bet on you. So it'd have to kind of be Cavs or nothing.
Yeah, I was watching the Hornets game last night versus the Bulls, and I was hoping that they would keep it a little closer to kind of really exert some players, but that wasn't the case. They actually got smacked pretty easily, so they actually got a chance to rest up some guys. So the way I was looking at it, I hope that the Hornets, I actually was hoping that they even win yesterday, be a terrible spot for them today, but they got their butts kicked. The Hornets don't look good to me right now. I don't think they're a bet-on team. It's just that simple. Let's get to this next one, though, Junior. These next couple games are actually good games that, watch or possibly bet on. We have the Nuggets versus the Warriors. The Warriors, they are coming off the loss. First game back at the house off that East Coast road trip. They did lose a close one versus the Wizards. Obviously, the Nuggets, they've been kind of hot. They're 4-0 ever since Murray has went down. And obviously, if I'm not mistaken, he went down in that Warriors game, Junior. What you liking in this one? Can the Nuggets get some revenge, or do the Warriors come in here pissed off and finally give the Nuggets another loss without Murray?
2-team money line parlay, Nuggets, Blazers, fire blaze them, twist one up. 2-team parlay pays like plus 145 depending on the line you get. But yeah, that's my play. I really try to talk myself into the Warriors, especially with Steph Curry being hot. He cooled way down against the Wizards. Not to say he played badly, but he was playing like he was from another planet. And it's kind of impossible to keep that up. He scored 30 points with like 11 straight games, averaging like 40-something, shooting 55 from 3. He had to cool off. He just had to. And he might get hot again because without not Will Barton. What's homeboy's
Morris.
Name? Without Monte Morris, without Jamal Murray. Now it's Steph Curry versus Campazzo. Obviously, they're going to put probably Will Barton on him. They're not going to have Campazzo guarding him. But the point is, the Denver players are going to have to exert a lot of defensive energy. That being said, the rest of Steph Curry's teammates, because I went back as a fan of the game, and I kind of watched these games where he's hot. His teammates are essentially spectators right now. They're just watching him go off. They're not winning games because it's a group effort. They're winning games because this guy's playing at a superhuman level, and that's not really sustainable. What the Nuggets are doing is sustainable. The Nuggets are just winning games because they're just better than other teams. Obviously, the Murray thing is going to hurt them, I think, more so in the playoffs than the regular season. But right now, at this short number, I'm on the Nuggets.
Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off that. We know that it's not necessarily a good spot for the Warriors here. They come back to the house off of a 5-game East Coast road trip. So the main thing I like to look at is the time difference. Obviously, you're playing earlier games over there. Your body clock was on a whole different schedule. You see what I'm saying? Now you come back to the house. We always talk about it. You know what I'm saying? See the wife or whatever. Oh, who gonna be out?
You know, someone got a needy ass wife.
No. Who is going out? Who gonna sit out this game with a fucking back, with a sore lower back or a hamstring? You know what that means. If you know, you know. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Wifey, what up, baby? Hey, what up, girl? Hey, you see what I'm saying?
But looks like she hard to please. So Steph is working overtime tonight or last night.
They can go and rest Steph, man. It's cool. Go and rest them up. You don't want them to get injured or something. But I'm with you on that. It's crazy because if the Warriors had won that game versus the Wizards, I'd like it a whole lot better if the Warriors were coming off their win. You know what I'm saying? Coming off super hot off the Wizards. But it's still Nuggets or nothing for me. It is a revenge spot. I do think that the Nuggets are due to lose one of these games. Obviously missing Morey, now Morris as well. It's a tough game, I must say. I could see it go either way, but if I had to take it, it would be the Nuggets -2 for me. The revenge angle really helps, and the fact that the Warriors come back to the house in that particular spot helps them. So it's crazy to say, because the other day I was thinking that the Warriors might beat the Nuggets, but I was thinking that the Nuggets would have lost that last game as well, guys. So how I was seeing it set up, it didn't set up that way, guys. So it really kind of threw me for a loop, to be honest with you. Nuggets are nothing for me. Let's get to the next game, Junior. Well, you already told us what you like here. The 2-team parlay. Junior and Cass like the last 4 of those as well. So we might have to ride with them on that. We had the Blazers here laying 3 versus the Grizzlies here, Junior. Blazers they can't buy a win over there. Dame came back, shook off the little rust or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. The Grizzlies, I don't know what to say about this squad, Junior. They came full squad. Obviously, everybody except for Valanciunas. I don't know how you lose the game to the Clippers. I don't even want to discuss the Grizzlies right now. Obviously, I lost money with them. That game right there had me like, can I even win? Can we even win at betting day? These mother, I almost said something else, Junior. They lost. How you lose to the Clippers in that game and they ain't even trying to win the game? I mean, they even rested Reggie Jackson as well, Junior. But hey, it happens. What do you think? It's gonna be bounce back spot for the Grizzlies off a couple losses, or bounce back for the Blazers off 3 straight losses?
Well, you already know my pick, and I've been chilling with talking about people in the chat, but someone in the chat just wrote, "I'm crazy for betting against the Road Warrior Grizzlies." What league are some of y'all watching, bro? These guys were up 18 points and lost to a Clippers, right? And lost to a Clippers team that literally didn't even give a shit about winning that game.
Exactly.
And they lost on the road the game before. Some people are weird, bro. Anyways, Portland is not a team I usually back. This is not a back-to-back situation because they're not playing 2 days in a row, but they're playing back-to-back games against the same opponent. And if I'm Portland, I'm desperate for wins. What does Portland have? Like 3 wins in their last 10 games or 2 in their last 9 games? They're in danger of slipping in the playoff race. And this is what it comes down to. This is why it's hard to bet on these games, because I feel like every single team has their eye on the playoffs, as they should. And if Portland don't shape up, if basically they're tied for Dallas for 7th, right? Dallas and Portland have the same record in 6th and 7th. Portland cannot afford any more losses. As for the Grizzlies, like Jay Money said, I don't know what to make of this team, because they're still in that same situation where they're trying to fight for a spot in the playoffs, and they'll probably just end up in the playoff game like they did. I mean, the play-in game like they did last year, but they're just a really young team trying to find consistency. And if you look at their roster, on most nights, they got to overachieve to win. The Blazers just got to play good tonight to beat this team. I think the Blazers come out of this funk at home and finally get a much, much needed win under their belt.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off Blazers, man. I couldn't. Like I say, both of these two teams, I don't know what to do with either of these two teams right now. If you talk, this is the epitome of Jekyll and Hyde. Both of these two teams, you never know which one you're going to get. You never know which Ja Morant you're going to get. You never know which Blazers defense you're going to get. So I know that they did. Derrick Jones Jr. didn't play in the last game. I know he's not huge for him, but off the bench, he is a defender. So you got to look at the Blazers bench isn't already that strong, to be honest with you. So you got Carmelo for offense. You need Derrick Jones Jr. to offset that with defense. You see what I'm saying? So if the Blazers sit at 6 right now, the Grizzlies sit at 8. My problem with this game is that they lost to the Blazers. They the team that kept them out of the playoffs last year. So in theory, if they came back and thought about that, oh, you kicked us out of the playoffs, trying to kick the Blazers while they're down and not necessarily playing as good basketball. But Blazers at the house, it's their third straight game at the house, coming off a couple of straight losses. Me personally, I like to ride home teams when they've been at the house and you've been, you know what I'm saying, you don't have anything to do but think about those losses that you just took at the house. You're practicing hard. So I think it bodes well that the Blazers have been at the house and they've been losing. And like you say, Junior, these two teams play again in a couple of days as well. So likely the loser of this one, I'll be on them in the next one. True toss-up game, man. I could see it going either way. I'm not trusting either one of these freaking teams right now. Let's just put it like this. Both of these teams pissed me off the other day, my guys. So, but yeah, I could definitely see the Blazers getting that one done. Could definitely see the Nuggets getting it done as well. If it was me today, my guys, it would be Heat, Celtics, Cavs, Clippers, Thunder, Nuggets, Blazers for me. Junior, break them off with your officials, my guy, before we get out of here.
Yeah, so this moneyline parlay, Blazers, Nuggets. That's really honestly, that's really the only official play I want to make. This card kind of sucks, if we're going to be honest. But I am going to put money on the Heat. I really think the Heat cannot afford to lose this game at all. So I'll make that an official play because I'm going to bet it as soon as we get off the show. And rest in peace, Shock G. If you don't know who that is, do your research. Man who put Pac in the game.
Got you. Yeah, R.I.P. to all the fallen soldiers, man. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers.
Rest in peace DMX too. God damn it, bro.
Yeah, everybody, man. It's a lot of people that didn't pass away these past couple of years, man. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I stay out the way. I stay at the house or I'm going to the spot. When I do, I got the stick on me, man. You're not catching me slipping, my guys. But for me, nothing official for me right now. I don't have money thing on. I like that Heat, though. I like that Heat play. I may ride with Junior on that. I need full squad. So I want to see, obviously need Jimmy, Bam Adebayo. I'm not really worried about Hero. But as long as Jimmy and Bam in there, I like this revenge spot for the Heat. Obviously taking advantage of as well with the Hawks with no Trae Young. Their offense was absolutely terrible when he went out of the game versus the Knicks. So the Heat going to bring that same type of defense, sticky defense. And I believe their offense can hang with the Hawks as well. So if I was to have one top play right now, it would be the Heat. But obviously, I'm waiting to right before the game starts, make sure these rosters are in. If I had a lean on every single game, Heat, Celtics, Cavs, Clippers, Thunder, Nuggets, Blazers, my guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe. Here we go.